Hey, it's Caitlin. I'm here with my first video. I've always been a big movie fan, and this is my first time actually putting my opinions out there for people to view instead of just read. So today I'm going to be talking about the newest Lion King trailer for the live action movie coming out in July. And I'm really excited about it. Actually, when they first announced that they were doing the movie, I made a reminder on my phone, and that was 2 years ago. So to think that in 3 months it's actually going to be here is so unbelievable. And I think that this new trailer did a great job of blending the original movie and just paying homage to all of the work that was put into the animation, while also showing all of the creative liberties that they're going to take with the live action version. So instead of me just gushing about it, let me actually dive in and let's see what this trailer had to make us all excited about this new film coming out in July. First, can we just talk about the realism here? I mean, with the CGI blended with the live action that they're incorporating into this trailer, it's so crazy how these scenes can really put me into an African savanna, but also remind me so much of the original animation. Everything from Scar's little ear flip to Mufasa's mane blowing in the wind. It's just so incredible. I mean, huge kudos to all of the animators who are working on this film and who've been able to put this together. I think it's just so incredible. And of course, I shouldn't be that surprised considering the work that Jon Favreau did in The Jungle Book, which was also so incredibly amazing and lifelike. It's almost so hard to imagine that in that movie there was only one real person, and that was the little boy, and all of the animals around him were completely animated and not there. So I'm really excited to see what they can do with the film that is entirely animated and still so lifelike. Even the scenes with Simba and Nala looking through the elephant graveyard. It was clearly animated in a completely different way, but it made me think and remember about the animated version when they're also, going through that scary place and when they first kind of realize how scary it is out there. So I can't wait to see how they take other scenes from the animated work and make it their own and ultimately put us right there in the movie with them. And another thing that I'm really excited about is that we get a lot of Scar in this trailer, which is unique compared to the other ones that they've released. I'm really excited about it because he looks a lot scarier and more haggard in this version. Him and the hyenas look especially haunting and definitely a lot more serious and edgy as compared to kind of how goofy they were portrayed in the animated version. It makes me wonder just what they're going to do with Scar in general. I'm wondering if they'll, amp up his spookiness or maybe make him more of a sympathetic villain. I mean, there's nothing saying that they can't do both. I just especially love what they did in Beauty and the Beast with Belle and her backstory. I liked how they were able to give more information about what happened to her mom and how she died. So I'm really hoping that they do a similar thing with Scar, maybe showing more of how he became so bitter, what made him the villain that he is. I always think that a villain is only as good as his motivation and his history. So if we can maybe see a little bit more of that, I think it would definitely add to Scar as a character and make him even more of an awesome villain as he was in the animated version. As always, it was so great to hear James Earl Jones reprise his iconic role as Mufasa. And other than him, we only got to hear from Scar's voice actor, Chiwetel Ejiofor. But I do have to say, I like the way that Scar's original voice actor, Jeremy Irons, did this line in the original animated version.
Run away and never return. Kill him.
A minor gripe, and I promise I'm going to go into the live action version with an open mind, but it definitely is just very nostalgic when you think about an original movie and the way that certain actors did certain lines, just the way they roll off the tongue can add to that nostalgia. But I definitely do think that everyone should have the room to do their role in their way and not think that they have to be bound to what the original actors did, because then that takes away from the creative freedom and just the way they can make the role even more unique and special in their own way and do something good with it. So there's definitely a lot of talent being brought by the voice actors that they've chosen for this film, and I'm excited to see what they do with these classic roles and how they make them their own. Now getting into some of the music that we heard in the trailer. I never thought that the score for The Lion King the second time around could be just as epic as the first one, but man, I legitimately had chills. And of course, I shouldn't expect anything less since they do have Hans Zimmer coming back to compose this version of the Lion King score. And I mean, it just, the way it builds to the climax, especially when Simba is walking with Timon and Pumbaa over the log, a nod to the fact that they're bringing back Hakuna Matata as one of the songs that they're going to be doing in the film. I'm just so excited to hear what Hans Zimmer does, the different things that he does. Because I mean, it's definitely going to be different than the animation, but I'm really excited to see ways that they take viewers back to their childhood by like reprising these awesome scores and just making them even like more awesome than like we heard them when they first came out. And that makes me especially excited that they've officially announced that not only is Hakuna Matata going to be brought back, but also I Just Can't Wait to Be King, Circle of Life, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, and Be Prepared. Just some epic songs that I'm sure is going to make everyone super excited and tempted to sing along in the theater. So that's all I got trailer-wise, and I just wanted to make a little bit of clarification about why I'm so excited for this film, even though I've noticed that there's some Disney fans that have a little bit of hesitation towards being excited about all of these live-action remakes that Disney is doing. And I totally understand like where that comes from. I mean, some people say that Disney's just profiting off of people's nostalgia. Others say that they're not making anything new and just kind of revisiting and rehashing the past. But I honestly think that, yeah, maybe this is rehashing the past, and is there anything wrong with that? I mean, I think it's really cool to go back and relive some of the best movies of your childhood, and if there are people willing to spend months and months on producing something and that they put their heart into and just want to make people happy by viewing it, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I appreciate all the work that's going into this film. So I definitely think it's worth it to give this film a shot. I mean, when you really think about it, the original animated version was arguably kind of borrowing from some of the plot of like Shakespeare's Hamlet. So all art is an imitation of some sort. Is it really an original when you go back to just the bare roots of like the first story ever? Probably not. So definitely give it a lot of support. I think it's going to be a great film, trying out things with new technology that they couldn't even like use in 1994. So let's just see how it is, and I hope that you guys can all join me in kind of revisiting your childhood by going to see this movie. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.